Okay, guys, so this is a very impromptu video. I just came back, so don't mind the mess. But I think this is much more important than how I look, but to deliver this message to you, which is that what I'm about to share with you is something I learned over the weekend, with Richmond. And shout out to Kenny for sponsoring my ticket. And it's this thing known as Tiny Challenges. And today I was at another event at Suntec and I met all my friends up. And I cannot stop talking about this new profound way of doing coaching, training, like how do you sell high ticket? So here's the scenario, right? Is that what I was taught over the last couple of years in this training business is that, in order to sell high ticket, you need a lot of like criteria, you need to learn how to speak on stage, you need to know how to craft offers, you need to know how to do landing pages, sales pages, funnels, marketing, like there's just so many things and so overwhelming. And one of the things that I struggled the most was especially when creating the landing pages, or I fall into the trap of a perfectionist. So I must make sure that I must have my tech ready, my system ready, my payment gateway, like all these different technology is just so overwhelming, right? And then over the last 3 days, I just learned this simple technique is that so long as you have the skill, you know how to turn on the computer, use Zoom, chat, have a conversation with someone else, a human being, that's all you have and need to have like achieve, or it's like that's the only skill set you need in order to start selling high ticket. And that kind of blew my mind because I'm like, just it just doesn't make any sense. It's like an entire paradigm shift. And so what I want to share with you today is really a breakdown on what this method is, and how it can be applicable to you if, say, like you got a job and you need some kind of side hustle, or you are trying to break into the trainers market and stuff like that. I just really want this video to be like super jam packed. So for those who have not seen me present or known me for a long period of time, um, I have been learning my facilitation skill set from my mentor, Blair Singer, who was previously a Rich Dad advisor. And over the couple of months, I've took on different certification from the government, Singapore's Skills Future. So it's what they call ACLP Certified Trainer. So that means I am certified to teach Skills Future programs. Should I have any opportunities, please reach out to me if you're looking for one. And I also took on HRDF certification. So that is like Corporate Malaysia's Train the Trainer equivalent. Um, so that's the professional kind of side of things. But I've been in the training business since officially 2015, when I've been recognized as the youngest mobile trainer. So that was when I was teaching how to build mobile apps from scratch, no code, stuff like that, right? And over the years, I have been dabbling a lot. Like people ask, where's my money coming from? The short answer is selling people's product. So all my life, I only know how to sell people's product, but I don't know how to sell my product. And this is really hyping me up a lot because it is mind blowing to realize that the biggest challenge and the biggest resistance for me to sell high ticket was because I don't have the confidence of myself. Like my self concept was just down the drain. And at the same time, my offer isn't validated. Like you need, a lot of the teachers, mentors, coaches, whatever you call them, they always tell you get testimonials first, right? And then at the same time, it's like, how do I get testimonials if I have no product? But how do I get a product to sell without testimonials? It's like always a chicken and egg kind of story, right? So what I learned is to launch this thing known as Tiny Challenges. And what Tiny Challenges is a way where it is no tech skill required, no selling skill required. And all you just need to do is to communicate with people. And all you have to do, aside from pre-qualifying people, meaning, finding the people that you want to serve, is engage people on a one-on-one for, let's say, like 30 minutes or 45 minutes top. And on day one, to figure out what they truly, truly want. As a coach, I think that is really your job, is to really help them find what they really, really want, to get clear, right? And that is something that takes certain skill sets, right? But this message is definitely for people who have been in the business for a while and kind of struggling. And then, so after day one, where 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, not like a full day, 4 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, you help the prospect get clear on what they really, really want. Then basically the tiny challenge is designed in a way where it could be a 3 day or 5 day challenge, where in day 2, 3, 4, and 5, that is where you help them not only achieve their goals, but implement it with them. Mind blowing. And again, this is all for free. Like when I first met this concept, it blew my mind. Like, what? I'm spending 30 minutes times 5. That's like 2 over hours. And I'm like doing this for free. And then like, what if they don't buy? Does it even make any sense? So on and so forth. And it just really doesn't make any sense. Until the data came out, right? And the data that was shared with me was in 1 in every 3 bought something. In other words, I love this math. Is that a lot of the training or coaching out there, they will always tell you to sell your programs for $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, 10,000, or like it's so crazy big number, and it's very intimidating and overwhelming, even for me. Being a seasoned trainer, and I just couldn't get the whole idea and concept of how do they actually get to that spot. And some more, if you're new like myself, it's like I don't have testimonials. How am I gonna get there? I don't have the confidence. How do I get there? I don't have that certainty or that, what's the word I'm looking for? That conviction. No, that was the keyword. The conviction to actually sell something that I truly believe in. So what I did was I turned to self-help tools, personality tests, and all these different things I can just, put myself out there so that I could be associated with a certain brand and move myself up this value scale or whatever you call it, right? So coming back, it's like, okay, what if I could just have a conversation with someone and, you know, help them out for the next, 3 to 5 days. And at the end of the day, funny enough, it's not really about I need to sell something, but rather is, and chances is, if you did this right, they would ask you, do you have something to offer me? Do you have a coaching program? Can I work with you longer? And it just really completely blows my mind. So the math was, the traditional math is, oh, if you sell 3,000 and if your closing rate is 1 out of 3, so every 10 there's like 3 people buying. Imagine 3,000 times 3, that's like 9,000 a month, and that can replace most people's income, especially in Singapore, right? And it doesn't really matter what the currency is, but what if, like me, I'm scared of charging 3,000? I'm not there yet. I'm not ready. What if I will do 1,000? So worst case scenario is if 3 out of 10 bought it, 3 people bought $1,000 program, that's still $3,000, which is not too bad. Like for a fresh grad, right? But what if I'm not even there yet? Oh my god. How about $500, like just to get the momentum going? Then that would be, let's say, 500 times 3, that's 1,005. It's not bad for a side income. And that kind of give me the confidence, like, wait a minute, linking back to SkillsFuture and stuff, people are really willing to pay $500, for a program that is, one, competency based, meaning to say it's not like some hoo-ha marketing stuff, but two, you actually get real value out of it, right? But who would pay $1,000? Who would pay 1,005? And so that was my next question, right? And so the answer to that is, who would pay 1,005 is people who can see the value of where this is going. Like the conversation, let's say with you and I, can take you to another place, could expand your business. And so linking back to what I've been doing for the last couple of months since the start of the year, is I took on the license to of this board game called Actual Life. And Actual Life is a game where we explore the 5 dimensions of life, right? And so in this game, we help the participants, not only discover and identify the real life dreams that you want for yourself, but in the game, like a 3-4 hour session, can you actually, with your current knowledge, right, achieve those dreams with your current knowledge before the game ends, which is when you die, basically, right? And so that was the concept of the game. And it was a very interesting case study because, one, I never thought Singapore would be interested in games. Two, like no one in the right mind would pay for playing a game, right? Because ours is a paid session, you see, and ours is a serious gameplay. Meaning in the industry, what it means is that serious gameplay is basically a simulation and it reflects in real life. So there is some professional fees that I used to charge. And thirdly is that the commitment is so high, like 3 to 4 hours. And fifth is I need minimum number of players, like 3 players, to get this session running. So that is or was my challenge. And when I discovered this tiny challenges model, it changed the entire model. So instead of committing to that 3-4 hours, pay money, you don't know me, what is this gonna get? What if I don't like it? Although I offer like money back guarantee. What if I were to spend, 5 days with you for about 30 minutes each, and using the game concept to kind of figure out and identify your wants, your dreams, and the baby steps towards getting the goal, and then invite you to play the game as part of the mastermind group that I'm trying to build. And not only that, right? I've designed it in a way where after the 5 days, you can choose different career paths that I basically have been building over the years. Like we have opportunities to enter the finance industry if you're in Singapore, if you're Singapore citizenship, or you have the option to get certified as a game master in Thailand, right? Or perhaps opportunities to speak and co-train with me in Malaysia and around Asia. Like these are the 3 pathways that I would love to offer people because I really believe in the power of communities. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've never been this passionate before. This is super impromptu, but it's mind blowing because imagine being able to do this tiny challenge together. Me helping you discover your hidden genius. That's really what we want to do in the 5 days. And my job, my only job is to give you everything that I've learned and discovered in the 5 days. And if there's not enough time, then of course we'll see how can we work further together, right? And imagine that we are able to even start from a $500,000 offer. And once you become a game master, you are able to leverage the self-help tools to start charging a higher ticket, like let's say $3,000 or $5,000. And there's a way that I kind of figure out and design. And you can just take it for yourself, you know. And then the best part is we duplicate it by helping people launch their tiny challenges, by helping people discover what they want. And can you see where I'm going with this? Like, if you can see it, and you see the value of this, then what you can do is you can comment in the comment section, tiny, and I'll send you the Zoom link where we can have that conversation. I want to bounce off ideas. And what's in it for me, most importantly, because it's free, right? Like, oh, what's the catch and stuff like that, is I want to collect data. I want to figure out what is stopping people from achieving their dreams. And what is the cost of not achieving your dreams? Do you actually realize it? Like, I just really want to bounce off with you and really get this data. And I really want to show you what I have done with my community called Game Dates, where we actually launch around Asia using actual life and some board games along the way. And we have built, I think as of last check, it was 140 plus members, built totally organic. And out of those 140, my biggest mistake was not charging a single cent, which is okay because at least it's a proof of concept that it works. Like just pure organic marketing, which then is the next point, right? Is that I'm not doing any ads. You know, I don't have money to launch ads. You know, how do I build a community of 140 in less than 6 months? And being a Singaporean and being in Singapore, it's like the toughest market you can ever try to do if you are in a coaching space. It just doesn't work. That's why I just went to take on the government certification so that I can be recognized and perhaps do some kind of gig in future. But I don't know. This is gonna be game changing. It's a new concept. No one is doing this now, at least in Singapore. I have seen the market. I've been a researcher. No one is doing this yet. And when people start doing this, you know, it's really about, are you going to catch up to them? Or do you want to actually start now and, you know, really adopt this new methodology? I want to walk you through. I want to practice with you. That is my true intention, really. And if you decide to work with me, then that's great because it's all about community building. You know, my gift is really about connecting people, building bridges so that we can be partners for life. And wow, it's just so much information that I'm just saying that out in like what 15 minutes. So again, if you want to have that conversation with me, if you know can see the vision where I'm trying to go with this, and you want to be part of this movement, I think that's the right word, movement. Then comment the word tiny. I'll send you the Zoom link. Just you know, if you want to help me out, just send me the message like, hey, I want to have that chat with you. I saw your video. I want to get on the Zoom with you. Let's do it. Okay. These are exciting times. I just lost my job offer and it was a very good pay package. And now that it's gone, it's like my roots has been cut off, like, oh, no job security, you know? And I have student loans to pay. And I just turned 25, for those who didn't know. You can stalk me actually, but I just want to share with you that this is something that age isn't a limit. Technological, like, you know, it's really not a limit. It's really on your head. And I think it's really possible. I'm going to give this a huge shot. And I hope you join me on this journey as well. If you have any questions, just type in the comment. I think it's good so that we can create some conversation around it. If not, then I'll see you guys in a Zoom. And that's it for this video. So see you guys.